Hi everyone, welcome back to OC Knits. Today I have nothing but whips. I have 4 works in progress, no finished items, and we don't really do acquisitions here. But yeah, 4 works in progress because I just have not had time to really work on my knits and finish anything, but I'm totally okay with that. The little time that I do have to knit, I've just been enjoying knitting, but sadly I haven't finished anything. But let's just hop right into it. So this one, if you guys follow my channel, you probably, let's see the close-up, can you see? You probably remember this. This is my ugly sweater. Hopefully I don't smash the mic, but yeah, this is officially I'm calling it my ugly house sweater. So I'm just using scrap yarns. I love this sweater, don't get me wrong, but it's not my style. Like, I'm not a scrappy person. I wanted to knit a sweater that I can wear around the house, not feel guilty for wearing, sleep in it if I want. It's not going to feel precious to me. And I'm just using my scrap yarns or my balls of yarns that I have left over from other projects, and I'm loving it. The sweater is, I love this pattern. If you check out one of my other blogs, I'm trying to put it up there, I definitely talk about this Melange sweater by Petite. I absolutely love this pattern. It's a drop shoulder construction. It's meant to help hold 2 strands of fingering weight yarns together, which I am. As you can see, just various colors, but for the most part, they're 2 strands of fingering weight yarn. You start by knitting the back, and then you pick up stitches for the shoulders, knit down on the shoulders until you connect the front, and then you connect everything in the round. I've definitely been enjoying working on this. I mean, to be honest, I really was loving the way it was looking in the top half because my favorite color is pink. And I like seeing like pink and bright colors. But as I started getting down here, I'm not such a big fan because a lot of these yarns here are things that I like knit for my husband and son. So they like the greens and blues, not really my colors. And the things that up here, like the things I knit for my daughter and me with the pinks and like these speckled colors. So it was just, I was enjoying the color as it was coming together, the top half, but not so much in the bottom. But all in all, like I said, I don't really mind because this is just going to be my house sweater and it's serving its purpose. It's using my scrap yarns and it's going to be a sweater that I can just wear around the house. So I actually picked up stitches for the neckline, and you see how it's different color. Let's see if I focus. You see how this is like a beigey color and this one's white. I don't know, I'm not going to let that bother me. I would have wished that the white was like more of a clean white and not this cream kind of white, but all good. The last sweater, that Melange sweater that I knit, I actually did a folded over collar, but just at the time when I was picking up these stitches, I didn't really feel like keep knitting it longer. But for now, I'm going to leave it like this, but I eventually might take this out and then knit it longer, just take out the bind off and knit it longer so I could do a folded down collar. But for now, I don't mind. But I think for all the ribbing, I'm going to use this cream color. And nonetheless, I don't know why I care that it's not matching this white, because everything's all these crazy colors. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, I stopped knitting the body, and I picked up sleeves for the shoulder, and the shoulder I'm going to continue with this lovely pink here, and I have so much of this pink yarn. So I bought this yarn, I don't have a label, but I think the yarn is called Core, and I think the first time I found a ball of this was at a yarn store when I was visiting Los Angeles. I just love this pink color, but I bought one ball and it wasn't enough, so I ordered some more online. I actually found the manufacturers and ordered some more, but oh my goodness, I even had the same dye lot for this yarn, but it was so different. Each yarn or each hank, the color was striping so much. Like one ball was different from the next. It was horrible. Like I knit my baby girl a dress out of this yarn, and I had to do the helical knitting, but even doing that, you were just seeing the striping. I hated it. So although I love this color, I think I have 5 more hanks of this, but I wouldn't want to use it for anything where it's like the solid pink, because you would definitely see the color difference in all the yarn. But it's perfect to knit with this sweater because I'm holding it with the white, and because I have all these different colors, I really don't care. So I think this is going to be the perfect project. But nonetheless, I'm still going to have many hanks of this. So once I'm done with this sweater, we'll see what I use with the rest of the yarn. But yeah, I was not a fan of all of this yarn because the dye lights are so different. And I even bought a green just one hink of this beautiful green color. And then when I ordered the same yarn online, I wasn't able to get the same dye lot, but still the two greens were completely different. Sadly, I won't be able to give a picture because I used one green to make a little baby hat as a gift, but it was totally different. It looked like completely two different greens, not just like a slight difference because of dye lots. So I'm not a fan of this yarn because they're not consistent at all with their coloring. Definitely would not recommend you picking those up unless you don't care that the colors are completely off. But yeah, so wasn't a fan of this yarn, so this is perfect to put in this sweater. And it's coming right along. If I focus on this, I can totally finish it, but I kind of put this aside and started working on, I guess I can pull this one. Essentially, well, I'll show that one later. Essentially, almost all the works in progress that I have been giving me some kind of grief that I sat them down and I started a new whip, which I'll show at the end. But yeah, so this one, the only reason why it was giving me grief is because I just wasn't too excited about the colors that was happening, but so I put it down. But when I pick up doing the sleeves, I'm gonna enjoy working with the pink. But yeah, so that's why I kind of sat this one aside, because I'm like, not liking the colors. But then this one, oh my gosh, this sweater is for my son. I put the picture up here. This one's called the baby, I think it's called the baby sweater. I'll write the correct name on here. And it has so much potential. Oh, I have it on these really small needles, so you can't really see. Here it is, the baby sweater. Let's see if it focuses. It is going to be so cute, this sweater. But I am definitely having difficulties doing the color work. So this is actually using Intarsia. And I am just not under, you see it, if you see up close here, you see all these gaps and holes, those are not supposed to be there. But when you're working Intarsia, apparently you can't work in the round. I don't know if you can't work in the round or it's just better to work flat, but nonetheless, it's kind of like doing German short rows where you go back and forth. So I had to like knit and then purl some and then pick up like the different color. Nonetheless, whenever I'm trying to pick up the brown color, I'm doing something wrong where it's too many gaps and too many spaces, and maybe I'm not reading the pattern right, because they have you do something like stop 2 stitches before you change colors, and then I don't know, I'm just like so confused, and I feel like it's looking really messy. So this project has gone on a little timeout. But before me having the trouble with the color work or with the Intarsia section, I was enjoying the different construction of this. This is the first time doing this type of construction. It's a regular drop shoulder, but it's different for me because on this section here is going to be a button band. So for drop shoulders, normally you pick up the stitches on the shoulder to begin working the front on the front panel, but this was different because it's open. Instead of picking up stitches for the shoulder, you had to cast on some stitches, new stitches on your needle. So I had to cast on this section here and then knit it down some until I was able to connect the rest of the front together. And then I picked up stitches already to do the neckline, and then I also have to pick up stitches to do where the button band's going to go here. And this is the one with the holes. But look how messy it looks too. I feel like I'm just doing such a messy job on this, which is not making me too excited, but hopefully it blocks out nice. So the yarn that I'm using is Knitting for Olive. I have this in my stash because I worked on a different project, so I don't have the band, but this is Knitting for Olive and the color is Pearl Gray. And I must say, I have not been a fan of the Knitting for Olive merino yarn. I love the way it feels, I like the colorways, but I am not excited about the way it knits up. See, if you can tell, this brown yarn here is knit and note yarn, and I think the color is something cute like chocolate dropper or something. But look at the stitch definition on the brown as opposed to the Knitting for Olive. I just feel like the Knitting for Olive stitch definition is so messy. And normally, look how nice the brown one's already looking, and it hasn't been blocked. But I made a sweater out of the Knitting for Olive, and I'm not saying holding Knitting for Olive fingering weight yarn with mohair always looks great. But personally, from my experience, holding the Knitting for Olive fingering just on its own does not look the best. So I knit myself a sweater. Oh, I actually have the sweater here, hold on. This actually has become one of my house sweaters because I don't like the way it looks. Yeah, so this is the, what is the name of this one? This is the Daily Pullover, and I already knit, like, I think this is like the third one that I made. This is the Daily Pullover by Paula. I'll put the information up there. But look how messy everything looks. And this is, I've worn this so many times and I blocked it. Sorry, it looks crazy, but I blocked it. Had to shut, oops, the mic's there. But yeah, I blocked this many times already, but I just feel like the stitch definition is so messy. Can you guys even see? There's those little hair, but you see all these gaps and spaces? And I mean, the little dark spots are like lip balls, because literally I'm wearing this like a house sweater because I don't care about it so much. But yeah, I just feel like the stitch definition is so messy. Like this yarn doesn't bloom very nice. So let me know in the comments if you guys feel the same way, for if you hold Knitting for Olive fingering weight yarn on its own, not with the mohair, but just by itself. Do you like the way the stitches look? Do you like the way it blocks out? Because I feel like I'm generally even knitter, but with the Knitting for Olive, it just looks so messy to me. So yeah, so I don't like this sweater because I don't like the way it knit up. I have another Daily Pullover that I knit with alpaca yarn, and I absolutely love it. I love the drape, I love the stitch definition. When people see me wear it, they always come when they know I like knit it myself, that it looks completely store-bought, because it's just really nice and smooth. But this just is so gappy. Even the picking up the stitches here, all these holes there, it just looks really, look at that. I mean, partly this could be my fault, but I take part responsibility, but for the fact that I've knit 3 in different yarns, and I like, or 2 more in different yarns, and I like the way the other 2 came out, I'm blaming Knitting for Olive yarn for this one. And the same thing for this one. This sweater hasn't been blocked yet, but I'm having the same experience with the stitches. It's looking uneven, and knowing that after blocking this yarn it doesn't bloom and fill in some of the gaps is like disappointing. So yeah, I'm a little bit sad about that, but I think my main problem here is I'm totally not understanding how to do the intarge around, and I think my stitch count is a little bit off. So this project has been on hold because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to take all this out and start over, because I'm 2 stitches off, and I'm not sure how much that will affect the whole picture. Like, with the little bare face be a little bit slanted, would it be noticeable? So because I've never knit this one before, I feel like it'll be best for me to take it out. So I haven't been feeling like doing that. I put this little project on hold, but it's going to be so cute. Like, I want to finish it. It's going to be adorable. Even though I'm not too much of a fan of this Knitting for Olive, I still think overall the project is going to be cute. But yeah, this one has been on hold. On a timeout for that reason. And then let's go to my next whip. And if you guys watched my podcast, my very first one, I mentioned this, and I don't think I mentioned it before because I hadn't been working on it. But yeah, this is my, look at me trying to remember the names of this. My Jules sweater by Sandnes Garn. And I'm loving this sweater. There is nothing wrong with this sweater. I think it's absolutely beautiful. But as you can see, this is knit with mohair yarn held single. So essentially, this is just one of those where you pick up every so often and knit a couple of rows because you don't see the growth really soon. So I think I just got tired of knitting on this, so I've been picking up other stuff. But I absolutely love this sweater. I won't go too much detail because I talk about this in my very first podcast. But yeah, so this here, I essentially messed up the stitches on the pattern on the bottom here. It's supposed to be a diamond shape, but for some reason, I don't know, just not doing the diamond shape right. So I stopped it short, but I still like the way it looks. I didn't do the full diamond shape, but I still like the way it ended up looking. So I'm totally loving the sweater, but because it's just lace weight yarn, it's a little bit slow growing, and I don't always want to work on it. As when I get to knit, I'm normally now knitting this as my 2-year-old son's falling asleep. He likes to have somebody there next to him, so I'm normally just next to him and knitting, and so it's a little bit darker in the room. And I really can't knit this without proper light, or because I'm not too good at knitting without looking at what I'm working on. So I really don't have the time to work on this because most of my knitting time is happening in the evening. So that's why this one's kind of been on a little bit of a hold. But I definitely love this project. Oh, the mohair I'm using is Knitting for Olive, and it's Dusty Rose. Love the mohair. Don't mind the mohair at all. But yeah, so this kind of been on hold just because it's a lace weight project. So because these projects have been on hold, I felt like I needed some kind of palette cleanser. something where I could just work on that's not giving me grief, that I'm excited about. I cast it on the new projects. So the new project, oh, I guess I could talk about this beautiful bag. So I really only have two project bags, like proper, this is made for project bags. This bag is made by the Needle Crafts, and I love their bags. I don't have the other, oh, that's a 3. Come on. So I have another one of their bags that I absolutely love. I just found them on Etsy, just like around their shirts, looking for project bags. But I love their bags because look, so this can be like, you could do 2 at a time socks, couple of 2 projects in there, or maybe color work because it has 2 sections. I just love the pockets. They have the 2 sections, and they have a zipper in the middle where you can put some items in there, and they have this little buckle thing, so if you have like 2 yarns, you can actually snap your yarn in this section there, but I never use that, but I like the idea of it. They have one on this side and one on the other side. I just love, it's just like excellent quality bag. If I have my other one, it's actually a sock size bag, so it's a smaller one, but you can do 2 at a time socks, which I love doing. So yeah, I absolutely love these, this person and their project bag. My Needle Crafts. You can find them on Etsy, and I'm pretty sure they have something on Instagram as well. But nonetheless, my next project is in here, and what is the name of this one? Trusty iPad. What is this one? This is called Judith Sammanset. I'll put the name up. Might not be pronouncing this right. So this is the first time. Oh, and of course I would end in a terrible spot. Oh dear. Oh dear. You know, when I do these podcasts, I end up doing it when maybe I'm about to go out someplace already. Like, you know, so I'm already ready. I'm actually about to head up. Today is my birthday. So my family, they're out and about, but they're going to come back, and then we're going to go out someplace nice and sunny, get some like nice lunch and someplace where the kids can play. So long story short, I end up doing these podcasts when I'm already ready. So I'm already ready. Let me just go ahead and film something. But that means I'm never actually prepared. But all good. So this one, I'm loving this sweater. Let's see. There you go, focus. There you go. It's going to be like this nice, lightweight. I know we're getting into fall, but in San Francisco, the weather's basically even all around, where you always could wear like a sweater or something lightweight. And actually, we've been having the worst summer, but now that we're turning into fall, we've been actually having some sunny days, so it's ridiculous. Now we're getting sun here, but yeah, so this, I just needed something where I didn't have to look at the instructions so much, something where I can see the stitches even at night when I'm putting my son to sleep, something that was just easy, you know, that I was enjoying knitting on. So I just cast this one on, I think 2 days ago. I'm actually going to do a project vlog for this one, but I'm loving it. The yarn that I'm using, oh, okay, I'm going to at least, 1 second, I'm going to grab the yarn. Alrighty, so I got the yarn. Hopefully my necklace hasn't been hitting this microphone, but yeah, so this, I had to get this beautiful yarn because, let's look at it here. Is it clear? Yeah. So this yarn is Ilmani Sabri. This is 85% organic cotton and 15% baby alpaca, and it's so soft. I love this yarn. I bought this yarn at the Lambtown Festival. This festival happens it's near Sacramento, I think Dixon. I'll put the information up, but it happens every year, and last year was the first time that I went. It's like a little yarn festival that actually happens in the Bay Area. So I went last year for the first time, and I'm going again this year. It's happening this year, October 4th to the 5th, and I'm actually trying to round up some ladies from my knitting group, so hopefully 2 other ladies would join me. But yeah, it's such a fun festival. It's not as big as some of these other ones, but I mean, it's a huge venue, but it's not that overcrowded because it's still like not so many people, I guess, around here know about it. But I'm so happy I found out about it when I went to a yarn store. Got this beautiful yarn. It has amazing drape. It's 85% cotton, but because of the 15% alpaca, it is like so soft. It feels great on the hands. I love working with it, and I love like this beautiful gray color here. But yeah, it's just like going to be the perfect project to do this, because this shirt was, you can make it as a tee or make it long sleeve. I'm gonna make mine long sleeve. Hopefully I have enough. I only bought 3 hanks of these, but it's 400 meters of this yarn, so I think that should be enough to make it long sleeve for me. But yeah, so I've really been enjoying this pattern. It's definitely a different construction that I'm used to. It's a raglan, but they do some kind of like set in shoulder action. Focus. Can you see? Ooh. There you go. You see it's like a set in shoulder where, there you go, where the shoulders, you're straight before you start doing increases for the shoulder line. So it makes it look like it's a little bit straight here, and then it goes out and you do the increases. And the pattern is pretty cool because she gives you, I think, like 5 different options for the design that you can do across here. This is the one that I selected. The pattern was a little bit confusing, to be honest, because there was a section where you have to do increases. You still have to do increases at the same time doing this pattern. So there's a set of instructions for the increases, but also a set of instructions for how many rows in between each pattern. It's just confusing because you have to scroll down and be like, well, I need to do this, but I need to remember to do this. I don't know if there would have been a cleaner way to write the notes, but all I know is I was a little bit confused trying to figure it out. And I still don't know if I'm doing it exactly right, but I know enough about raglans and I know how to do increases for raglan shoulder lines, so I feel like I'm just kind of filling it out myself and going along, so it's working out fine. But I think this pattern would definitely be confusing if you're a beginner knitter. But nonetheless, I love it. I'm very excited about this. I feel like it's going kind of fast, and I am going to do a project vlog for this one. I was able to get some rows and film some things yesterday when I was working on it, but I'm just happy to have something that is simple. I could just knit along, and I could definitely see myself wearing this. So I can't wait to have it finished. It's all scrunched up on the needles, but yeah, so this is the Sammanset, I guess, top, and yeah, I'm very excited about this. I'm pretty sure by the next podcast I'm going to have at least 2, if not 3 of these sweaters done, because I'm almost there. But yeah, that's 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's 4. I guess I have 5 whips because I still have this one. This last one is this last whip is a crochet project, and I talked about in my last podcast, but I definitely have not been working. I mean, I worked on more since the last podcast. Oh, I need to have a marker. I think the last podcast, maybe, did I even start? I don't even think I had this section started, this yellowish orange section. Maybe it's mustard yellow, excuse me. I don't even think I had that started, but I'm loving this bag. I just have not been working on it. This one is the Square One bag by TL Yarncraft. It's called Square One because you start with a square. I'm loving this bag. I haven't crocheted in a long time, so I'm happy to pick up my hook now. Yeah, hopefully I have enough of this yarn. This one here is, again, something I had in stash. I made a sweater out of this yarn for my sister. This one is the Knit Picks eggplant yarn. I just had these 2 balls left, so I'm like, perfect to use for this bag. Hopefully I have enough to finish and make it long enough. I, of course, did not do any kind of gauge swatch. I just kind of eyeball it. But if I don't have enough, because this is kind of like a scrappy project bag, I'll just find some other color, because you still have to knit the handle and like the drawstring strap. But nonetheless, I'm loving the way this looks. I was finally able to use the rest of this yellow yarn, which was I think it's bees yarn. It's very cheap yarn that I bought from Hobby Lobby, I believe, when I was in Arizona. This one's a very soft yarn, but it's very, what is the word? When you keep snagging. Especially, this is a crochet hook that I use. This is a Furls. I don't even think they sell this. I love this hook so much, but I don't even think they sell this style anymore. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. I love this hook. I love the weight of it. I just love it. It looks cute and it's pink. But I don't think they sell this one anymore. But yeah, if you can see the front part here, it is very sharp down here. So with this yellow yarn, it just kept snagging. So that was pretty frustrating when I was doing the section. But the purple is pretty good. I think the purple's going by fast. It feels like more of a rustic yarn. I just have not been, I guess while I'm sitting here, crochet, I just have not been working on it so much. But yeah, it's a very easy pattern. There you go. Very simple pattern, but it's just been really busy with work that I haven't had too much time to actually knit or crochet. But yeah, so I guess I have 5 works in progress. But that is it. I just wanted to jump on and talk about those whips. And now we're gonna go out and celebrate my birthday. I don't really do anything big for my birthday, but it is nice. My daughter was telling me to wear a dress, so I did. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I am gonna have a project vlog coming up soon, but I mean, it's for this sweater. So who knows how long it's gonna take me. I'm definitely not rushing on that, but that's gonna come up eventually. But until then, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and yeah, talk to you later. Bye.